Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about a major ice and snowstorm. Once again, I'm going to be doing 2 uploads today, a little special for you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Hey guys, before I start the video, please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications if you want to get notified every time I make another video. Okay, so let's look at the models. So we are going to see a little here. Oh, it's right there. I actually didn't see that. Okay, so we can see so far. I mean, it's the 18Z. It's the same Z, whatever. But this is gonna be more in depth. I'm gonna go frame by frame on every model I did last time. This will be more in depth. And make sure to watch till the end, to get all the information for maybe your area could be getting a bunch of ice. So let's get straight into it. So we can see a good amount of snow here. This is first frame of the snowstorm really coming into power here. A good, um, a good powerful storm already. The pressure isn't very low, but this will be historic for Maryland and those places. Maryland, Virginia, mainly for Tennessee, West Virginia, and Kentucky, but it could be historic for Maryland and Virginia. We'll see. I'm going to be mainly getting rain here in North Carolina. North Carolina, we're going to get some pretty darn heavy rain. And places such as Ohio and Pennsylvania are going to be getting some snow. But Pennsylvania could sneak on a little bit of ice. And yeah, let's go ahead and move it another frame here. And we can see the snow gets much heavier near the ice, and we can see the Pennsylvania just getting smacked by that. South Pennsylvania, if you're in there, you're gonna get smacked by the snow and ice. And then, of course, Ohio, a regular 3 to 5 inches to 5 to 10. We'll have to see about that. Like I said, it's 114 hours out, so we can't really predict the snowfall yet. But let's go ahead and go on to the next frame. Before I do, actually, um, here's the ice impacting Virginia, West Virginia, and a little bit of Kentucky, but Kentucky is getting on that snow action. Now let's go ahead and move it out another frame here, and we can see a very, very big chunk of snow here for Pennsylvania, Cape Cod, I don't have any words. Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, those places. New York City could be getting in on ice and sleet, which is going to be the most likely option there. Sleet. We could be seeing some pretty heavy sleet for those areas, but we can see the low pressure at 996. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on another frame. Hey guys, sorry I'm back. I had to do something real quick, but let's move on to the next frame. Here's the next frame. Here's when it really becomes kind of a nor'easter shape. We can see it came off the coast here, but it didn't really have time. It didn't really go through the Gulf like a very, very classic nor'easter, but it did come off and it did produce some very heavy snow for Cape Cod, New York, New Hampshire, and Vermont, and Pennsylvania sneaking in on those snow totals. Now, that is really it for the ice storm, but that is not it for the model run. But we won't go too in depth into we won't go too in depth to that because it is 5 days out about. I think it is 5 days actually. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next model. Hey guys, this is the next model here, and we can see, let's go ahead and go out to when it really starts to pick out, and we can see same model, but we're gonna go also frame by frame on this model. This video will be more in depth, uh, of a discussion of this winter storm. Now we can see already a nice bit of ice forming on Tennessee and Mississippi and Alabama, but Georgia and most of Alabama will be getting rain, and most of Mississippi will be getting rain. Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina will drop some pretty heavy rain for you guys, so it could be some isolated flooding down in Alabama and Georgia. Now let's go ahead and move it out, and we can see already this is a beast of a system. We can see just a beast right here. We can see very widespread, very heavy ice, especially widespread for Virginia, and very heavy ice for West Virginia and Kentucky and Tennessee, which will be getting a lot of this ice action. But places such as, Illinois, what is that a state? I think so. And Ohio will be getting a good bit of snow. Now, the thing is about the snow, it will not be lasting long. As we can see, 6 hours later, I mean, it really moves away, but we can see very heavy snow in Pennsylvania, snow in Ohio, Michigan, and places like that. And we can see very heavy snow sneaking into New York, and New York City will be getting a bunch of freezing rain and sleet. And the snow also could be sneaking in on Cape Cod, New Hampshire, and Vermont on the ECMWF high-res model. Now we can see this really takes a nor'easter shape. You can see this very, very nice tail here. Very nice tail. Let's go ahead and pull this down. A very nice tail here. Coming up, feeding moisture to the system, and then we can see the really big pocket of rain here, but that is usually facing away from the coast, and with the nor'easter, the snow, so say a polar vortex right here, high pressure, and it's bringing down all this cold air. It's not really that. It's not really that. It's like this, so we can see the polar vortex comes down like that. We can see, I mean, of course, but this will be warmer. This will be warmer, which it would not support a bunch of snow. But this part is sneaking into the mainland, and that is when it gets cold. You can see it sneaking into Canada, and this is when it really starts to snow. And this is when it really starts to snow for like Maine, New York. Maine, New York, and then of course a little bit of Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire and Cape Cod. Places like that will be getting snow. And then once we moved off, Maine really gets in, and New Hampshire and Vermont really get in on this action of the snow, but not really the ice action, which isn't really that good. And then it's really only Maine and Vermont, I mean, and a little bit of New Hampshire. But we can see very heavy snow. Well, not very heavy, pretty heavy for Maine. And we can see as we move it out, the storm really pulls away. But we can see another storm forming behind that. But this is way too far out into the model run. Just take this with a grain of salt. Now let's get on to the next model. Hey guys, this is the next model. And as we can see here, a more of a snow look from the CMC model. We can see a big chunk of snow. The snow will be going along this area. For this area, we could be seeing 5 to 10 inches. Let's go ahead and move it out a little bit more. The little next one. So not really any ice, maybe sneaking in right here, but really CMC is really looking on the snow. That's what the CMC usually does. It usually hypes the snow. And let's just go ahead and go, and we can see just same old snow, not really a big ice storm on the CMC, but CMC isn't like a big accurate model. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next model. Hey guys, this is the NAM kilometer, 32 kilometer, I do believe. It's on 0Z right now, but the 18Z, we can move it out as far as we can, and we can see the storm starting to develop. We can round it back here, and we can see a little bit of moisture doesn't quite make it and comes up there. This is a storm happening right as we speak. This one, it will be passing by. We could be seeing a bit of ice, but the storm after it will be a beast. Now we can see this one doesn't have enough moisture, doesn't have enough resources to become anything. But then the ghost of this attaches to this moisture from the Gulf and the Arctic, clashing together to make the perfect ice storm. And this, of course, is the CFS Weekly, and we can see where that polar vortex is and how we predict this snowstorm. We can see where the polar vortex is and where it heads. We can see here, of course, it's farther out, so it isn't going to be as deep, but we can see polar vortex down here, and then the high trying to come in. The southern what is it? I honestly forgot. Well, Southeast Ridge will be trying to fight back, but it does not win the fight. It does not win the fight. Then it just comes in, takes over, and then, of course, this is way too far out. 1008 hours, March 25th. This is when I'm going to be moving into a new apartment, guys. But yeah, that is really going to be it for this video. I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, bye, guys.